This presentation is about mini, real-time, digital ethnographic studies. These are ethnographic studies, which are studies about cultures in place from that culture's point of view, and these are studies of digital cultures, which involve an online component. They're done in real time because the digital world is moving so quickly, and they're mini because they're short, and short helps hold people's attention spans. And I'm your presenter, Phil MacArthur, and yes, that is my digitally enhanced image. Traditionally, studies have been done on paper and often are voluminous. They're very good reading for academic purposes, but for educating people in general, they're awfully big and heavy. What we're seeing now is the movement of these studies into video format, and this is a much more easily accessible and usable format for the general public. When I was looking at ethnographic study, I realized that you can't really look at just one particular culture because the digital cultures are linked. The one that I was looking at originally was the Occupy movement, Occupy Wall Street. And if we imagine Occupy Wall Street being here with a starting point and possibly an ending point, it was preceded by other digital cultures. This is perhaps the Arab Spring culture that used that used social media as one of its major components. Over here we might have the anonymous group and their activities, and it could be followed by more Occupy events and on as the ripples spread out from Occupy Wall Street. The digital culture that I focused in on was Occupy Vancouver because I live near Vancouver and it was convenient for me to study both online and face-to-face. And here we see both digital artifacts, website, meetup being used. As you can see, this meetup site is used by other Occupy movements, and then there's the actual face-to-face protest in Esther Short Park that was really the physical kickoff of Occupy Vancouver. These are some of the faces of Occupy Vancouver. You see people who are unhappy, who are upset with what's been happening in the financial world, in the political world, and have come out to say something. You have people making individual statements on signs, shouting in the street, and walking their dogs. These are some of the digital artifacts from Occupy Vancouver. There's, of course, a Facebook page and a Twitter and a website. And on that website, you can see that there are categories for pretty much everything that people would want to know about who are participating in the Occupy. And these show a sophistication of web publication, both in the graphics and in the depth of the material that's being put out. And the trade press covered Occupy Vancouver, which was a different thing from the Occupy Wall Street, where the trade press pretty much ignored it through its formative state, and really only started looking at it when the Occupy movement started spreading out to places like Portland and Vancouver. The headline, different walks of life represented, and you can see in the photograph from the event in Esther Short that yes, indeed, we have younger people and not so young people, and people speaking their minds, and volunteers organizing. Now we come to the why. Why would one do a mini real-time digital ethnographic study? These are of value in numerous places. They're of value as academic documents for short studies that are done for classes, and they're also of value to the media. One of the things that was being talked about at the beginning of the Occupy Wall Street was, what is this all about? What do they want? Explaining that it is a digital culture more than just a list of demands. That would come out in a study like this. They're also used by the media and by organizations that are trying to understand what's going on in our culture in order to produce products and services that people are going to use and will be of value. Here are some other ideas that I had for many real-time digital ethnographic studies. Of course, the one picture is from this picture is from Occupy Vancouver, but could also investigate what's happening with indigenous groups using digital media now, and this is other cultures who have brought their culture to the United States, and how they're using the media. Over here, this is my stepson's being appointed as a second lieutenant when he graduated from ROTC, and what's going on with the military, and with all the changes that are going on there. That would be a worthwhile. Here I've put my study into a format of 20 slides. This is the format used by the Pachucacha talks, and this is a very good format for doing a mini real-time digital ethnographic study. 20 slides, 20 seconds. And that about wraps it up.